Trump warns Iran against retaliating after the US struck three of its nuclear facilities. So this now gives us news that there is a lot of things happening in the Middle East, and Trump is now threatening the country that they shouldn't retaliate after striking three locations. So the question is, are they going to retaliate or not? So because of that, I just want to give you this one stock for sharp trading, guys. Just 20% and get out so that you will not be caught holding the bag. So let's look at the oil production level. United States is still leading, and if we jump to Iran, Iran is currently doing 4.3 billion. That's what Iran is currently doing. So with this war now, production will be disrupted, as you all know, and they might continue to sell, but it will be at a reduced scale, which will affect the oil price globally, and that will serve as a positive catalyst for the oil industry. And I think the president of Nigeria will be happy now because crude will be above $75, which was the price they pegged the 2025 budget. So, without wasting time, my name still remains Investor Joe, and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where I teach you how to gain financial freedom through trade and investment. So, before we move on, let's jump to the NGX Oil and Gas. Let's see how this has been playing out. So, if you check very well, we've had a sharp recovery around here, and the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, they're about to cross. In technical analysis, we call this golden cross. And anytime this thing happens, we'll see massive bull run. So what we are going to see right here, we want to ensure that the NGX index actually break out from this area, which serve as support February 2025. It was actually a support around, this is actually Wednesday, February 2025. We had this area here before we have a bounce back. And now this around this area here, which was March, we actually broke through this resistance level because it wasn't that strong. It was the minor resistance level. I'll break it down to this point. Then we have another jack to this point, which we had a minor resistance before coming down here. And now we are close to this end at exact place where we had resistance in February. So the question is, are we going to break through? Yes, because of the current happenings in Iran. So if you don't know, oil price came down to 59, and when this news started, Israel bombing Iran, the price jumped to 72, and currently I think the price should be above 75, and there's possibility if this war continues to escalate that we might get 100 or 90 something or 80 something dollar per barrel. And let's look at some few news So okay, we've done this. Let's look at this. So after the bombing, Trump actually had some 3 minutes. He's trying to tell how they were able to achieve the goal, and they actually used bomber 2, which actually went straight to the bunker. In fact, that bunker was a little bit lower from the ground level, so they used a special bomb that went deep down and exploded in that bunker. That's a massive technology, and that's what Trump is trying to explain, that they actually bombed this nuclear location and also bomb where the top leaders are hiding. So he said they've taken them off. So he said Iran issues new grave warning, says US involvement in Israel conflict would be very dangerous for everybody. So now they are bringing everybody into it because it's going to be massive. So to them, they feel they are being oppressed, but a lot of Americans are saying they've been bombing them for a long time. I even saw a tweet where a guy was explaining that they've bombed them several times. So we never can tell, but ours is to see how we can take advantage of this news, why we pray for peace, why we pray for solution, lasting solution. But in the short while, just want to see how much you can make from this short volatility. So that is what he's trying to explain here. He's trying to give some statistics that the jets they actually sent to bomb those areas, they're actually on their way back, and they've actually achieved, he said it was a spectacular achievement. They actually hit their target. You understand? So I'm very, very sure maybe a lot of Americans might not be happy with what he's currently doing, but who knows? Some said he didn't take permission before bombing, and some say he's just doing anyhow. So let's see how it's going to unfold in the future. So Donald Trump bombs Iran and American weights. The US strikes were unprecedented and the repercussions are impossible to predict. So you can't tell what Iran is going to do. Are they going to launch back? Will they face Israel or all that? You can't tell. But now that we've seen what the NGS is doing, and we see that the NGS is basically recovering, and the question is, can we see a new all-time high for the NGX oil and gas? That I wouldn't want to say, but let's just see how it's going to play out. I'm still going to come up here to give you some information about this. So the stock I want you to go in is actually OANDO. I've done a video concerning OANDO in the past. You can check the video here, where I said OANDO will actually eat 100 naira. So the question is it possible? Yes. But I told you then when I was doing the video that you can't stop the up and down volatility. So it is not going to be a straight line. It is not going to go straight to 100. You just have to watch as the journey unfold. So what I want to show you guys today is how you can take advantage of this short volatility. So mind you, I'm looking at 20% gain. Don't overstay your welcome. So jump in and jump out. So I posted this video 9 days ago, and currently OANDO is actually doing some numbers. So got to 72, pulling back to 58 when the news of regulatory forbearance came out, and now is bouncing back again. So with this news, on Monday we might see some massive push in the oil and gas sector, and one area that will had renewed buying interest is in the OANDO stock. And let's quickly jump to the chart so that you can see what I really want to show you. So let's move to this. This is OANDO. So we're going to look at it long time before we break it down, looking at it in the short time. So guys, you just need to take a sharp percentage gain, and I'm just looking at you. I wonder how much you want to use to get this gain. So if you're using like a million naira, you're looking at 200,000 naira profit in the space of maybe a week or two. And if you are using 10 million naira, you're looking at 2 million naira in the space of two. And if you are looking at 100,000, and you'll be looking at 20,000 naira. But guys, you have to be very, very smart. Don't buy and go and sleep. You have to ensure that you are doing what is right. So let's check it out so that we'll quickly look at the chart for it. So this is OANDO. So now this is let's look at weekly chart. So this is the weekly chart, and like I said, my community actually prompted them to buy around 37, 35. So which those that bought, they are still in profit. It's left for them to buy, to sell, or to hold. Is their choice, guys. So now if you look at it very well, the all-time high is actually 98. That's the all-time high, 98. Then the previous all-time high was actually 89. So these are regions where we actually sold before. This is a short video for you to buy. So if you want something in details, don't forget to come back to this place. This is like a 24-minute video, but this current one, I wouldn't want it to be that much, so that you can just watch it for the Sunday before we eat Monday. So let's quickly jump. So this is the chart, and you can see these two candles here. We had a push and a push and a pullback around here. You might not notice it, but as we move ahead to the daily chart, be able to see it. So this is it here. You see the pullback here. It came down to 58. That's around where the news actually pushed it to before we come to this part. So now we are here. We are at 61. So what will happen is you might get it available. It will be available around this area here, which is 57, 58. So you can go in while we look at coming back to this area, which is 75. So we are looking at 75. So if you're going around this area at 75, you should be in 20%. It should be 20% return. But let's take a measurement, and let's take it. Let's say you are going in around 59, 58, which you can get early in the morning. You come back here and we take it to 75. So this is 28, but I will encourage you 25, get out, 23, get out. So while you're having those little top, is just for accommodating buying and sell charges. So sharp gains. This is me giving you an interesting game. And don't forget that anything I say is not a buy, sell, or hold recommendation. This is just for entertainment purpose. So once you go in here, ensure you take your profit as we move along. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't allow greed to come against you, and you want to take it up to this part, and you say, I want to make 50. If it comes, congratulations, but you have to be very, very careful. So that is what I want to jump to you. I showed you a lot of information. I showed you about oil production level. I told you the position of Iran, which is number 7th, and they are actually producing 4.3 billion. And I also showed you when Donald Trump was actually addressing the Americans, letting them know that they actually had a successful strike on the Iran nuclear locations. And we also looked at same thing here when he was addressing, and this is like a 3 minute 43 seconds. Even though if I play it, I'm not sure if you hear it. So you can come here and still watch so that you can get the details that he said. So we also talked about the facilities that he actually shot. And before we come back here, we've looked at the NGX oil and gas. It's actually going up, and we are also taking position here. So we've had a dip. Let's come to 4 hours so that you see what I'm showing you. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, you see how we gradually slide into this area. Oh, let me come back again. So we strike into this area here, and this is where you also want to take position. So guys, these are some sharp information I just want to drop so that you have something to trade as we go into Monday. So I have 2 stocks. I'll be dropping them with the membership site. Those who subscribe for my membership will be the one to watch those 2 stocks. Stocks that they can trade also for the market. And I have one that they can take position for massive return for the other members. So I have 2 members. I have the Financial Edge Fan and I have the Financial Edge Family. So I have 2 separate videos for those 2 membership categories. So ensure you get into anyone you get into, you are going to make money. That's the bottom line of doing membership, so that you guys can get value for those who couldn't join my premium community. So my premium community, we met today and we were able to discuss a lot of things. We spent 2 hours together analyzing the market, checking companies and seeing which ones are ready to go in. And we've discovered more than 4 that we're going to trade as the market open tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I post enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your money. I love you, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. And to it, salute. See you in the next one. Bye.